guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have my friend Nastasia Grace back on here.
Hello.
And for the month of February, Valentine's Day month, love month, we're going to be talking about love every Friday, so make sure to tune in. It's kind of early. It's 11:51, so some of you might be in school right now. But I thought we would talk about singleness.
Woohoo.
And I don't know a lot about singleness because I haven't been single in 10 years. I know a lot of you guys are single, so I wanted to bring my friend on here
I'm
who
super single.
is in the season of singleness right now.
Yes, I am.
And I just want her to give you guys some encouragement about just being single because I know it can be hard. So I'm going to pull up and see if you guys are commenting at all. But just introduce yourself. I know you kind of already have.
Yeah, if you haven't seen me before, I have been on, we've collabed before in the past, and then also I was on one of her live videos a couple weeks ago. But I'm Nastasia, and I also have a channel on YouTube, and I do talk a lot about singleness because that's just a place that I am in right now and have been like on and off over like the past year and stuff. And I just feel like it's something that a lot of girls, especially, like you might be in high school watching this or something and also struggling with singleness, but I know a lot of girls my age around like 20 to 25-ish area or something like that who have just graduated and are still single. Like there's a lot of pressure to feel like you're not doing something right if you're still single and you just graduated college or something and you still don't have your man or something.
Yes.
So I want to be able to relate to you in that way because I am 22, almost 23, and super happy right now in my life, but that doesn't mean I don't struggle with sometimes those thoughts of like, man, why am I single right now and stuff. So being able to relate to you guys in that way. So it's a super chill video.
Just hanging out.
Yeah, get your
coffees.
drinks. I already drank mine.
Yeah.
It's the mango dragon fruit refresher from Starbucks.
So good.
It's bomb. This is the first time I got it. So now I'm just drinking purple ice, but
Yeah.
it's really good purple ice.
It's so good. And I just got my boring chai tea latte.
So get a snack.
Get a snack.
Get some coffee or tea.
And enjoy this video.
Yeah.
So don't forget to go subscribe to her channel. I have it linked in the description box below because she's the best and she makes so many amazing videos.
You're so nice to me.
So go check her out. But okay, let's talk about this. So how long have you been single?
Okay, so
Give us some background on your dating life.
Yeah. I'll give you all the tea.
Hey Juliana, hey Chris.
Hello. Okay, so the tea of my life.
Yes, tell us.
Is that so I was actually engaged. I was in a relationship from the end of high school all the way through the beginning of senior year of college. So senior year of high school through senior year of college with the same person, and it was something that I very much didn't really give to the Lord. I loved the Lord. I know he did too, but it was just I was kind of like, no, I'm not really going to ask God's opinion. I'm just, this is who I want to be with, and that's what's going to happen. And every time you do that, it's going to be mundane at best. Like, it is not going to be God's will for you if you don't put it in God's, like, court, basically. And so we got engaged, and it was just one of those things where God really brought to my attention and just really put a wall in front of me of, like, no, this is not what I want for either of you. Like, this is not of me. And so I made the hard decision to end that, and I know it was the right decision for both of us. I don't have any ill feelings towards him or anything like that, but it just wasn't supposed to be. And then I didn't realize that I was going to need a lot of time to really cope with that because I knew I was at peace with my decision, but it was one of those things that I didn't give myself enough time. So I was still like a few months later, like dating again, heartbroken because it didn't work out, and I had just come from this really, really long relationship to dating somebody who then it didn't work out so quickly, and I was like, what's wrong with me? So like all of 2018, I kind of had to get used to like just dating again and not necessarily being in a relationship right away again. And God taught me so much. God uses heartbreak to teach me a lot of things.
Me too.
And so because of that, I learned a lot about like my worth and who I am to the Lord, and also how much I can rely and be dependent on men in my life, and just opening some old wounds that needed to be given to God and stuff. So all of 2018 was a little bit rough, but in the best way, because I was able to see where I was like kind of failing in like putting my like trust in people more than in God, and get to a place where I was no longer just saying like, oh, I'm happy being single, but not like I could actually get into a place where I was like, you know what, I'm good, and I don't need. I love marriage, and I do dream about that, and having that one day. But also knowing that, like, it's okay if I don't have that right now.
Yeah, it's
I
just
can
a season.
Yeah,
like, yeah.
I can still have what God wants to give me today, and not have to have somebody next to me to still receive that from the Lord.
And that's not the only thing in life.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
it can
exactly.
so become girls' idols to get married and just to have a good job. And there's so many steps that society like says you have to take to be successful. It can weigh on you a lot. Juliana had a question from you. Oh, she retracted it. Never mind.
Oh, okay. Well, feel free to ask it again.
Juliana, if you have that same question, go ahead and ask. Hey, Lydia. Hey, Anna.
Hello, everyone. I'd be interested to know if any of you watching right now, if you also are single.
Yes.
If you've either entered that season more recently, or if you have been in a while, or something like that, and like where you're at with that.
Yes.
How will you take your engagement and use it to the idea of marriage in the future? Do you mean like my failed engagement, like the one that, if you mean that, and how I will use it
so how will it prepare you, maybe?
Okay, yeah. It did teach me a lot, if that's what you're asking. And maybe the idea that maybe I'll be like scared then in the future. If that's the case, it's definitely come to my mind before, but I think it helps a lot because I was able to understand in that season, like, I know what it feels like now to be in something that isn't right.
Yeah.
So that then when I am engaged to the person I am supposed to marry one day, I will know right away, like, this is right. Yeah. This is what God wants for me, because I can compare the two. So I actually think God will use it very much in my benefit.
Yes.
Let's see.
For sure. Chris said, I'm single, but I do what to get a couple
before the world ends.
Yeah. But the world won't happen, but it is very, very long time. Yeah, so there's no rush. Like, seriously, in this season, like, God uses it for so much growth. And before me and Kyle got together, it was almost like I broke up with my boyfriend, and then me and Kyle got together right after. And I think that, I don't know, I think it was definitely God. I believe that because I broke up with my boyfriend, that God blessed me with Kyle, because I was being obedient to him, and we ended up getting married.
Because he wasn't a Christian, right?
He wasn't a believer, and I knew for the longest time that I wasn't supposed to be with this guy. Yeah. And right after, he blessed me with Kyle. But there's also a great blessing in just being single. And I haven't had that for the longest time. So I love, like, she gives so much wisdom and encouragement to people on her channel. So I'm glad that we could have her here today. How did you come to your decision that your engagement wasn't the right decision for you? Yeah.
That is a question I get a lot from even friends and stuff. And when I was going through it, they're like, I think a lot of people were shocked because we'd been together so long. It was a lot of things, but the biggest thing in like that I realized was that he wasn't a spiritual leader to me. And he even, to this day, he admitted that to me as well and stuff. We're on good terms, so I'm not trying to like bash him. We're fine. But like, it was just a situation where he was not a spiritual leader to me at all, and that is important. And if you don't really know what that means, we can go in further depth of that. But like, basically, that was a big red flag for me. And also, when we were engaged, I had this idea in my head that things were going to change when we got engaged. I know that sounds like crazy, like, why would you think that? But for some reason, I thought, once I get a ring on my finger, things will be different. He'll take the Lord more seriously, things will be different. And also, there was stuff on my part, too, like, because I put our relationship so high in my life, I put family way lower. I kind of disguised all the voices that people were trying to, like, kind of give me wisdom, and I was like, nope, I'm supposed to be with him. Like, I didn't even listen. And like, in that moment, when we were engaged, I had so much unrest in my soul. Like, the only way I can describe it is if you've understood what that feels like, of just like, I was not at peace.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't excited to get married.
Yeah.
Like, and I think if you're not excited to get married,
yeah.
that's a big sign.
It is,
like,
yeah.
I literally was like, I wasn't excited to get married. I wasn't excited to, like, not be a virgin anymore for the first time. Like, none of that. I was just kind of like,
Yeah.
Like, if you just get engaged, you should be like, I'm ready to go to the altar
like,
now.
So
like, you know?
it,
and
yeah.
I wasn't at all. And another thing, dreams have always been very important to me. I'm not talking like, oh, I have a dream. It's like dreams when you're sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
And this sucks to say. Every single time I had a dream about us, like our entire time dating, I had so many where I was walking down the aisle and I stopped and ran the other way.
Really?
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
The entire, like, 3.5
That's
years we were
scary.
dating.
Yeah.
And even when we were engaged.
Really?
And so I was like, that always sat with me.
That's
and
in
I
your
was
heart.
like, that's something's wrong.
Yeah.
I prayed about it. I fasted over it.
Good.
And I had other people praying. And it took a lot of wisdom from different, like counseling around me and stuff. But everybody said the exact same thing to me. And, like, specific words that were exactly the same through everybody who told me the same thing. And it was just like, God, if this is what you want, give me peace.
Yeah.
And I had so much peace about it when I shouldn't have.
Yeah.
And so that's how I, like,
Seeking
knew.
wisdom from wise counsel is
yeah.
the biggest thing you can do in a dating relationship, or if you're getting into a relationship at all. Ask people, what do you think about this guy? Do you think I should be, like, do you see us getting married? Do you see us, you know,
It's
working
very
together?
important, for sure.
So let's see. Thank you so much, Ashley.
Aw, love you too. But yeah, so I guess just kind of talking about, like, I also want to put it out there that, like, even if I seem super confident and happy and, like, I don't want you guys to take that as,
all the time.
Yeah, like, crap, I'm not confident and happy. What am I doing wrong? I should be happy and confident single like she is. Like, I have my days. And, like, the past couple weeks, I've told some of my friends, like, I've asked for prayer and stuff because I've been very much, I feel, under attack by the enemy. So I just moved here, super exciting. But I knew some kind of attack was going to happen because I felt like I was obeying God by moving here.
Yeah.
And, you know, Satan just kept whispering to me, like, you're gonna be alone, like, blah, blah, blah. If you don't want to be alone, you better take this into your own hands. You better go find somebody.
Yeah.
And that is not true. Like, do not ever feel like it is your job to seek out somebody, like, to complete your life.
Yeah.
Because if God wants somebody in your life, there's nothing you can do to speed that process up.
So
and there's nothing you can do to push it off either. Like, it is in God's timing. And just recently, in the past few days, I've been praying for breakthrough, and God has delivered that to me. So I'm in a very good place right now. But I don't want you to think that there aren't days that I don't have doubts, usually circling around my time of the month. And,
yes, that's the worst.
You know, and of course I want a relationship and stuff, but I've also realized that I was kind of living my life thinking that my life began when I got married. That, like, oh, that's when my life's gonna begin.
Yeah.
And that's not true. Like,
so many stages of life.
your life is now.
Yeah. When I graduate college, or when we get this job, or
Yeah.
whatever, or, like, this many subscribers,
Then,
like,
blah,
I'll
blah,
be
blah.
happy.
And,
you know?
And then you'll never be happy. Because then
Ever.
you'll get there and you'll think that everything's gonna change, and nothing's changed.
Exactly.
And I think that transfers it. I think that's honestly what a big problem in my relationship, my engagement was. I thought, oh, once we get engaged, things will change.
Yeah.
And they didn't. And I was like, wait a second, we're about to walk down the aisle.
Yeah.
Like, and things haven't changed.
Exactly.
This isn't okay.
So, like, in your times of sadness and, like, feelings of, like, loneliness, what do you do?
So, first of all, it's totally okay to cry.
Yeah,
I cry like a weekly basis.
I do too.
Sometimes daily in a certain
Kyle
season.
probably thinks I'm crazy, but I cry all the time.
I
really
literally,
do.
my friends already know I'm crazy,
Yeah.
so I'm just used to it. No, but crying is okay, but I would say don't push down those emotions. Don't think like, oh my gosh, I can't be sad. Don't push it down. Let it happen and let yourself be sad for a second.
Yeah.
And then talk yourself through it. So, like, a big thing, something I'm going to actually film on my channel soon is, like, identifying the lies of the enemy and how to fight them. But just a short thing about that is, like, anything you know the enemy is saying to you, he's the father of lies. So just flip it on its head and that's your answer. So
Yeah.
if he's telling you you're going to be alone forever, you're never going to feel complete
so
with him,
good.
you know?
Yeah.
And, like, you need to go, like, maybe go on dating sites, find a guy, do this, hurry up. Or, like, time's ticking, just think the opposite. Like, time's not ticking, you have time. Don't go on a dating site, you don't have to force anything.
I know.
Like, the opposite.
Yeah.
Because while Satan can use truth against you, like some truth, he's the father of lies ultimately. So whatever he's trying to whisper to your core is the opposite is true.
That's so true.
So I remind myself of that, and I really just separate myself from the situation and logically try to tackle it. But also I make sure that I'm not alone. So, like, if I'm going through a hard time, like, I think something people don't realize is they think they can only get love, like women, they think they can only get love from a man or something like that, like to fill them. But you can also fill your heart with love from friendships. You can also
family.
fill family, your dog,
yes,
like
anyone,
your nieces and nephews. Like, love, we do need love. Like, God created us to love and be loved.
And not be alone.
Exactly. And so, like, yes, God's love can completely fulfill you, but he also doesn't want you to be alone. So don't isolate yourself. Be around friends and family, make more friends, you know, put yourself out there and surround yourself with that kind of love, because while you might think, oh, it's not the same, no, it's not the same, but it can be just as amazing and fill your heart up just as much in this time of singleness.
Is there like this is kind of probably throwing you off, but a scripture that you ever go to?
Yes. So there's one in particular that I love, and it is in Psalms. Is it in Song of Psalms, or is it in just Psalms? I'm trying to... I'm the worst. Anyway,
Me too.
But there's one that specifically says, I think it says, like, a good wife is a gift from the Lord. And it reminds me, a gift from the Lord means literally God's going to place me in someone's life.
Yeah, that's
like,
good.
I believe that if, you know, I don't necessarily believe, like, oh, like, if you missed your soulmate, then you're doomed forever. Like, God, you know, restores everything. But, like, God's going to place me where I need to be, and it is not my responsibility to have to pursue a man. It is not my responsibility, because that's the man's job anyway, to pursue you. Yeah. But also, it is not my job to have to scramble to find somebody to love me. Yeah. A good wife is a gift from the Lord. And a gift means God will give me somewhere. Like, he will put me somewhere. He will lead me in the right direction. Yeah. So for that specific, like, for singleness specifically, that one I love. And it reminds me to calm down, because God's not going to give me to the wrong person. So if it's the wrong time, and I also remind myself too that, like, there's a good chance your future husband isn't ready for you yet. So true. You know, like, or maybe you're not ready, or maybe both, and you just don't realize it. Like, marriage is a big responsibility. I'm sure you obviously know this, and it's something that if you rush into it, like, can cause a lot of pain. Exactly. So, like, wouldn't you rather wait and it be done in the right timing and it be successful than to rush it and have all these issues?
Yeah, and not that it can't work out, but there'll be a lot more issues than necessary.
Yeah, God will always help you, and he loves marriage, but, like, if it's too early, then it's going to be like, okay, bumpy road, rather than if you just waited and let God prepare you guys separately first, maybe there wouldn't be those issues.
So true. You have a few questions. Let's see. Chris, I just subscribed to your channel, Nastasia. It was so nice to meet you. And gave you a comment on the recent.
Thank you.
Opinion rough. Oh, okay. Yeah, you could just answer whoever you want.
Thank you for answering all the questions. Your advice truly changed. Thank you. My perspective. Being single is great. Being married is great. Both ways are to glorify God. And then somebody said hi. Hello.
Hey.
Yeah, feel free to ask any questions you guys have or anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm trying to think what questions do you have for me being, I know you said you haven't been single obviously for a long time.
This is me and Kyle's like 10 years of being together. We've only been married for a little over 2 years now, but 10 years, like, that's a long time. So I don't even like really.
It's like a decade.
Yeah, and like I don't even really remember being single so much. I mean, I do. I remember breakups, that's for sure, and how much pain that caused. But I know singleness can be very lonely. And seeing a big thing was when everybody else was getting engaged and I wasn't. I can kind of relate to singleness in that. It's like, whoa, it's Valentine's Day coming up and everybody's going to be with their loved one.
That's hard.
You know, doing something. And that can feel like anxious. You can feel really anxious, FOMO.
Yeah.
Like, seriously. Like, so... I don't know, like, what do you do in that kind of
like,
time?
especially on Valentine's Day and stuff like that? Well, I would say I'm a big believer in Galentine's Day. I have a Galentine's Day planned with my friend Madison because we're both single. So if you have good, like, girlfriends, like, hang out, you know? And also, I try to encourage people. Valentine's Day is literally my favorite holiday, guys. Like, I love it so much. And I've been single most Valentine's Days, and even when I wasn't, the person I was with didn't really do anything for me for Valentine's Day, so I've never been able to really rely on a man's love.
Rude. Have somebody that does something for you on Valentine's Day. It's so important. But what am I trying to say? I loved Valentine's Day too, and I actually broke up with a boyfriend, or we broke up on Valentine's Day, and I still love Valentine's Day so much.
So my advice, don't hate the holiday, you know. But also, like I said earlier, you can find love in other ways. And also, have like a self-care day. Give yourself a bubble bath.
Go watch a movie.
Yeah, eat extra ice cream.
Yes. Have some girls over. So much fun.
Yeah. But I would say, you know, there always is that thought of like, man, I wish I had somebody on Valentine's Day. That'd be sweet. But like, try not to project that into hate for a certain day or hate and jealousy towards other couples who do have somebody. That's not going to change your situation, and that's... My phone's... Oh, it's my sister-in-law.
It's your boyfriend.
Well, not. No, but I think it's something... Don't try not to be jealous of other people either. It's not going to change your situation. It's also not going to... Like, that means the enemy wins.
Yeah,
like, you know,
so
you're just giving more power to him for you to be upset. It just, not only then does it make you more upset about your situation, it causes strife between people you, like, have in your life that do love you. So don't do that.
That's so true.
But I think it's also a good reminder that, like, it's just a day. It's just a day. It's just, it has the same hours as any other 24-hour day.
Yeah.
And it's going to pass. I know holidays can be hard for people in general. And
just try to change your mindset about it. Like, have fun on that day, even if you're single. Like, being single isn't going to define the holidays.
No, like, it's not. You know. It's not at all. And also think about the people that you are making a difference for, that are looking up to you. Yeah. I think everybody's always looking up to somebody, and you could be that person for someone. And
how can you love on others that day? You know.
Anyone? Oh, I thought somebody asked
no.
that. How? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Think about how you can love on others. What you can do. Like, I love writing like old school Valentines to my friends and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's such a good idea.
It will make.
Okay, you talk to them. Sorry, I gotta go grab something. I'll be right back. It's so cute for Valentine's Day.
Okay, I'll talk to you. Okay, and something else I wanted to say too is that I thought I heard something. Never mind.
You can say something.
No, you're good. I thought I heard something. Oh, I love lists.
These are so cute, and my mom just got this for me. Okay, I love this. They're 2 little books. I don't know where she got these. But this one is called 52 Postcards for Connecting with Loved Ones Near and Far. And so literally, they're all just different postcards. Am I in the frame? They're different postcards. One says I love you, and then you write down on the back like 5 things I love about you.
That's amazing.
I miss you. I know 5 reasons I miss you.
You could spend the day filling these out for people and sending them.
I love this idea so much. So I'm gonna send one to Kyle. Kyle, don't watch this, but it's like 5 places I want to go with you.
That's so cute.
And so it is from Mariah. Is that how you say that? Mariah?
Yeah, I think I saw this one. At TJ Maxx, and I also saw them at Altered State the other day.
Yes. Okay, so these are so stinking cute. And then this one is 52 lists for togetherness, journaling inspiration to deepen connections with your loved ones.
You're going to freaking love this, guys.
I love lists. List everything you feel grateful for at this present point in your life. Like, these books are so cute. So if you want something to do on Valentine's Day with your friends or family or just by yourself, fill these out, send postcards to loved ones. So I thought that was a little cute idea.
I remember what I was going to say earlier. Yeah. Something that helps me too in times of singleness, if you really just can't get out of your funk, and I understand, like, I love love more than like anybody I know. And so I dream of like marriage and having somebody like a partner in crime one day like that and stuff. And my biggest advice is in this season, ask God, okay, God, how can you prepare me right now? Like how can you prepare me to not only be like a good friend, a good daughter, a good whatever, but also to be a good wife for my future husband? Like, how can you prepare me now and see this time as a learning, like a time that God needs to teach you something? Because I don't think God gives us like timelines based on like, all right, on August 22nd, you're gonna, he knows all that. But I think it's more like, well, when you learn this, then I'll give you this person. Because like, if you wouldn't have broken up with that person, like, it's not like God was going to give you Kyle when you were still in that relationship. You know what I mean? And so I think it's a big thing of, all right, how can I learn? How can I be better in this season? How can I chase God better? How can I be a better friend, a better daughter? And how can I also be, how can I prepare myself for, like, being a good wife one day and all those skills of like being a good wife also transition into just being a good person, like being a good listener and loving people well and being patient and all that. So that's what I try. That helps me during the hard days of like, how can I be doing something right now? Am I bleeding? Probably. I'm fine. I'm fine.
So I'm going to be talking about on my channel, preparing yourself for dating and preparing yourself for marriage. Are you going to be doing any of those videos?
I'll probably have you help me with the marriage.
Okay, good. Yeah. So we'll have that all up on our channel. Do you guys have any other questions before
Everybody's just saying nice things.
I know. Thank you so much.
Thanks for saying nice things.
Thanks for being on here.
I'm just sticking my purple eyes.
So I'm trying to think if I have another question for you. I should have wrote these down.
No, it's okay. Super chill. Just drinking.
Yeah. So singleness. Anything else we need to touch on?
What do I want to touch on about singleness?
She has like so much good advice, and she doesn't even have to write it down. It just like comes out of her, and I'm like,
I wish I could talk how bad I wing things.
No, it's so good, and I'm like, I didn't even have to ask you.
I was just telling her I don't prepare for interviews. I don't prepare for anything. I just let it happen.
And she just got a new job.
Thanks.
So she wants YouTube to be her full-time job.
Yes.
So this little side job is like preparing her.
Yeah, I need money. Yeah, I have to survive.
Exactly. So.
There was one thing I wanted to say about singleness is the thing I touched on earlier about you have time. Stop thinking of like every day as like, oh, am I gonna meet him today? Am I gonna meet him today? I'm gonna, go in it. One of my favorite quotes ever from a book I read was they were talking about this woman who she was like in her 30s or something, and she so badly wanted to be married, but she still hadn't I don't even know if she had dated anybody before, and she was so upset about it, but she just switched her mindset and she was just really serving the Lord. And anytime like people started asking her, do you think you're called to singleness? Which, don't ask somebody
No.
Don't do it. But her response was perfect. Anytime somebody would ask her that, she would say, well, I am today.
Yeah.
And I loved that. And so I approach each day as, well, I'm called to singleness today. And if something changes, it changes. But today I'm called to singleness. So what am I going to do with that? I'm going to tackle this day with everything I can do myself, like with God's help.
Yeah.
So I think approaching it like that helps like slow down time and like take it one day at a time and just say like, you know what? No, I don't have a boyfriend today. I'm not engaged today. I don't have a prospective man today. So what am I going to do with that? Am I going to mope, or am I going to go do something for God?
And have you heard that quote, run as fast as you can towards Jesus, and if you look to your...
Yeah, if a man is keeping up next to you, then...
Introduce yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
And I just love that quote because that should be your main focus. That should be all of our main focuses, even in marriage. I mean, like, dang it. Let me see. I think we're still on. This is the last time. Okay. Hi, guys. Are we still on?
Sorry.
Okay.
Technical difficulties.
It always shuts off. But, so run as fast as you can towards Jesus. And if somebody keeps up with you, introduce yourself. So, write that quote down and let that be your main focus. Because, seriously.
Because that is a good wife that God will give as a gift to a man.
Yeah.
That is, and I don't want to say gift as if you're property or not, but it's just like, you are so, like, you're such a precious gift, like, as a woman loving the Lord, that, like, he's not just going to give you to anybody. Like, listen to him because he doesn't want your heart broken.
And if you don't realize how precious you are, dig into the Word, because
Yes.
God has it all over the Word.
Freaking everywhere.
Saying how much you're loved.
Yes.
And so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for your comments and questions. And make sure to go and subscribe to Nastasia's channel. She has, like, amazing videos. I mean, she just did a whole video, and I didn't even ask you questions.
Oh,
So,
you're fine.
no.
A lot of them are about singleness. So
Yeah.
if you are feeling that way, there's a lot over there.
Yeah, so go check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Ashley.